Who was the best golfer of the AA guys you played with this year?
Shrek was pretty good before. Yeah, Shrek was pretty good before he got traded. He was doing well. Actually, I'm pretty sure the day I was golfing, we were all golfing with him the day he got traded. I'm pretty sure he was lights out that day. Um, Logan's pretty good. If he's locked in, he's locked in. If he's not, it's going to be a long day. But I mean, we're all that way. It's just more with him because he hits the ball so incredibly far. Like when you stand behind Logan hit a golf ball, it's seriously like the Happy Gilmore scene. Like when he just hits the ball and it just like the camera's just following it. Like it seriously looks like every drive he hits goes like 500, and he swings as hard as humanly possible. But yeah, I'd probably say Shrek. Shrek was good when it came down to feel. Logan has good feel, but Logan also just wants to kind of really step on it. So I'd probably Shrek. I'm gonna get some heat for that. Hopefully, not many people watch this podcast because I'm gonna hear about that tomorrow.
Well, that actually sounds pretty on brand for Logan. I'm going to be honest.
Oh, it's yeah. He can't deny that. He's just probably gonna wish that I gave him more credit. Don't get me wrong. He's good. He's really really good. If I had to go up against him one on one, he's probably gonna take me majority of the time, unless I get in his head and he starts going neighborhood to neighborhood.
Are you guys a big trash talking group when you guys go play, or is it just respect?
Yeah. No, it's a lot of trash talk. Yeah. I mean, we're always like I see Logan picks me up at like 7:30 every morning, and it's 4 out of the 7 days it's probably starting with trash talk at 7:30. As soon as the door opens.
Do you get the brunt of it because you're like the youngest?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
So it comes from him. It's not like you get in the car at 7:30 and start chirping. It's as soon as you get in the car with Logan, he starts, it sounds like.
Yeah, I mean, there's like if it's gonna start, it's when the door opens. If I'm gonna start it, I'll usually close the door, then I'll like start saying something smart. But and then it gets rolling. Like most times we're probably walking into the facility arguing. There was a funny video, Logan and I don't know what we were debating about. We were I think a certain pitch or something like that we were talking about. And his mom recorded it, and like somebody hit a single, and the camera panned like up the first base line, and you just see Logan like with a ball in his hand, just like pointing and yelling at me because I was disagreeing with whatever point he was trying to make, which I'm pretty sure I was correct about.
Sounds about right. Well, a bunch of guys said you were the hot takes one of the group, but doesn't mean hot takes are always wrong.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Oh yeah, I mean, I'll if somebody's like in a conversation, I just like to stir the pot. So like if I like walk past a conversation that like somebody's like debating, I'm 100% going to drop something in that's just completely sideways. Should not need to be in the point, but I'm going to send it, start another argument, and then I'll leave.
Do you have a good hot take for us?
I made him give one when he was in Seattle, but we'll see if he has another.
Yeah, I forget what I said. Let me think. I'm trying to think because this was like people are actually watching this, so I can't go too absurd, and then people are gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, this kid actually has no brain."
Let me preface it while you're thinking with this, Michael. We have had major leaguers on this podcast that may or may not have been Taylor Saucedo, who said Babe Ruth is a fictional character; he's not real.
I saw that video. I saw that video. Yeah. I mean, that's definitely a hot take. That was a good one. That was actually a good one.
It's funny to hear what like people talk about in the dugout or in the bullpen in the minors, and by the way, it sounds like that group's pretty close knit. Like not only were all you guys really good, but it sounds like especially that group of you guys in that rotation, we're all friends and all love to pick each other's brains.
Yeah. I mean, the Mariners do an amazing job. Like, I haven't been here forever, but like I've seen a couple draft classes come in, obviously, and like especially the guys like from my draft class. Like, it doesn't seem like they get bad eggs, and like I'm not even just saying that because like I'm employed by them. Like, however many people are in the farm system, like is how many good people there are in that system. It's just everybody you meet, like even the new draft guys, like they just fit in, and it just flows. It's honestly crazy. Like I don't know how they do it. I don't know what they look for because they find talent too. They find a ton of talent, but it's crazy like to see the talent that they bring in, and then like the human being that comes with that talent.
Well, I was gonna say we asked Brandon this question, so we'll ask you it too. Did you watch Dangelo throw with both arms?
I got there to watch, and then I was in the middle of, I was having a conversation, and I didn't really get to see like that much of it. But I did recently, because we started throwing again, have had the chance to watch him like doing plyos and throwing from both sides. Dude, it's crazy. It really is. Like, you would not want to see me throw a baseball left-handed. And then to think that like he's professional, like first round pick at both sides, like I got nothing. That's the craziest thing I've ever seen, to be honest with you.
That's what I said. Well, Brandon was talking about when we talked to him. If I throw right-handed, I can at least stretch the ball out.
Yeah, dude.
Was he lying about this? He can't actually get it 60 feet.
I saw it. No, I saw the thing. Logan and I were watching the pod. I'm being extremely honest. Logan and I were watching the podcast, and we saw that. We both like looked at each other like, dude, what are you talking about? But yeah, I don't know if he could. I don't know. What did he say? Like 80 something, 84?
That's what he said. Or well, he said he could stretch it out to at least like 60, 90 feet in long toss or whatever. Where I'm like you, I pick up a baseball left-handed. There's no chance I'm getting it 10 feet.
I'll take the long toss because like you can change the angle and like add some distance, but I don't know. 84 is pretty firm. That's that's firm.
That is very firm. I mean, you're getting close to what Dangelo throws from the left side if that's the case, because they say he's more developed from the right side, but from the left side, you're still talking low to mid 90s.
Yeah, what's he? It's like 98 from the right, 90 what from the left? I do that and I only have one working arm to throw with. Like but Edwin Arroyo, I don't know if you guys remember him from my draft class. Edwin threw right and left-handed, and Edwin could actually sling it too. Like he's like maybe the closest guy that I've ever seen that I would like really like to see like him and Dangelo like throw together and do it. Because he threw to me a couple times in Modesto from the left side, and I was like, dang, dude, like if you warmed up, like I bet that would actually be pretty hard. So yeah, he could really sling it though from the left side.
How'd you get the nickname Moose, by the way? I wanted to ask you this.
Yeah, it's actually extremely random. I was like 7 years old or something like that. And we were doing this like round robin, like little league tournament. And I think we made it to the championship and they were like going to announce names. And then like a part of the like little announcements, they wanted to have a nickname with your announcement. So we were like sitting in this pizza shop or something like that, and I needed a nickname. Like most of the guys like on the team like kind of already had like nicknames, and I just did not at all. And my parents called me Michael, and so they're going around the table. I think like they were coming up with like Michael Motorcycle, like just horrendous nicknames. And then all of a sudden, it was the coach's kid was like, "How about like Moose?" And that everyone was just like, I think that's absolutely perfect. So let's just go with that. And I was like, all right, like whatever. It's one game. It won't stick. And it stuck. I mean, like my family calls me Moose. Like most like close people kind of call me Moose back home, which is really weird.
It's still in the minors too, they call you that?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of like one thing, like especially like with the mascot and everything. Like when I signed and I got to Seattle, like I saw the Mariner Moose, and I was like, we're not bringing like this in. Like this is no one's like, you guys can say this like at home because like it's been there, but like we're not like don't yell it at baseball games. Like keep that hush hush. And I think it was last year in Modesto, somebody from my hometown like emailed the Modesto Nuts and was like, hey, by the way, like his nickname back here is Moose. You should announce him as Moose. And I hear nothing. Like whenever I'm starting and stuff like that, like as in tune as I am with like what's going on around me, like I don't really hear that much. And I hear like over the loudspeakers in Modesto, like Moose. And I was like, no shot. It's here. Yeah. So yeah, but like long-winded, just got it in a pizza shop for a 7U baseball game.
That had to throw you off. You're like standing up there on the bump, like locked in, like let's let's do this, and you're like,
I was warming up in the outfield. I was like long tossing, and I just hear like Michael Moose Morales, and I was like, what in the world was that? And then like it's panned on me, and I was like, oh my gosh, like they're talking about me. They just announced me as Moose, and So yeah, that's what started it.
Did you ever figure out who sent the email? Did you trace it back anywhere? Or did people try to hide it?
I forget. I originally I thought it was my parents, and then they swore they didn't do it. So then I asked. I'm pretty sure I asked like one of the media guys at Modesto, and I forget who they said. I'm pretty sure it was one of my neighbors. To be honest with you, I think it was one of my neighbors. Probably lives like right down the street.